We're live. We're back for another episode with let's do that again.
Vintage wisdom.
I know, bro. Let me do it. I got it. Okay. And we're live. We're back with another episode with Vintage Wisdom. And you got D Nice, you got my brother Ra, got my brother Big Moon. And our topic for today is the black woman, or so-called black woman, as I like to say, the most unprotected species on earth. And this conversation shall get pretty intense, as we just saw a video that's pretty viral right now. It's going around the United States for sure, hitting everybody's social media platforms, all news anchors, about what just happened in Chicago. A brother jumped on his mother, and her 14-year-old son shot him, killed him. The mother and the son went to jail, but all charges have been dropped, which is kudos to them. Man, it's very unfortunate, because this, when you start looking at it, especially as men, as fathers, as older people, bro, we understand that, everybody outside of the person that, got killed was the victim. And the biggest victim of all was the little boy, because he was 14 years old and now he's caught a body. And understanding that he had to protect his mama, he had to protect the woman in his life. This young man, which nobody has, yet has talked about, or at least I haven't heard him talk about, as what this young brother has to go through psychologically from here on out. You're supposed to protect your mother at all costs. You're supposed to protect anybody in your family, not just your mother, your father, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, grandfather, grandmother. If that's if you are put in that position. But a 14-year-old child, this little young man's life is unless he's gonna become a rapper, it's pretty damaged. It's very unfortunate that he was put in that position. It was very unfortunate that the young brother had to defend his mother and had to kill the young brother, or the other young brother, which he was a menace. So let's start on that topic, and then we'll venture out. Is the black woman really the most unprotected species on the world? But let's definitely dive into this unfortunate event. Either one of y'all can chime in, man. It's wild.
Right, man. Well, I would dare to say so for sure. If we just looking at this as an example, to have a brother that would haul off and attack.
So you're saying the so-called black woman is the most unprotected woman?
Yeah, I would say so, because we do so much damage to our women, and then of course what the world does. So I would definitely say I don't think we, as a whole, we don't protect our sisters like we should. We barely want to stand up for them. We got so many people nowadays jumping ship, don't even want to be in a relationship with a black woman, black men that don't want to even deal with them in any way, shape, or form. And the damage that's caused to them from childhood. By the time they get to adulthood, 90% of the women out here is already damaged by some other dude, whether it be a family member, or a friend, or a relationship that has damaged them. So yeah, I would definitely dare to say at least that much about black women, period.
Well, I think that right now, dealing with the father, the mother and the father, the mother and the son issue in Chicago, to me that's a separate issue. I don't really think that has anything to do with, I shouldn't say anything. I don't think there's different angles to that, in my opinion. Yeah, you have to do everything you need to do to protect your mother, but your mother is still supposed to do everything she needs to do to protect you too. And that son shouldn't have been in that position. He shouldn't have been in that. So if that mother had time to send a text message, she had time to walk away. And she's not a man. She can't win that. So that was highly irresponsible for her to not understand the situation and understand that this man is out of control and he's an idiot. And that's putting my life in danger. And if it's not putting my life in danger, it's putting my body in danger. And ultimately, if it's putting me in danger and my son reacts, then he may react. So I don't know if it's fully substantiated that she sent a text. But if she sent a text message...
I watched the video. I didn't see that.
Yeah, in the video you watched, it said... They just said it and kept going.
No, I know they said it. I'm saying in the video, I couldn't see the text message.
It didn't start,
text, yeah.
So I don't know if that's substantiated yet. But if she sent that text message, that her being unprotected had nothing to do with us. Her being unprotected had to do with her being so masculine that she wanted to stand up to a man.
Yeah.
Instead of walking away, and then her son becomes the ultimate victim in this situation. Mm-hmm. Not the man that got killed, because he brought that on himself. Mm-hmm. I don't care if she didn't walk away, he shouldn't have hit her.
Right.
Okay, so even if she don't walk away, he's still dead ass wrong.
Right.
And he got exactly what a man should get if he in those situations.
Right.
However, at the same time, she didn't walk away. Why are you going back and forth? Why? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to get out of this situation? Why? You can't win. And then, let's say she didn't send a text message, just so I can cover that base for people who may want to. If she didn't, when she seen that he was acting stupid, acting like a complete fool, she should have left. Leave.
So are you saying that she is more responsible for her not taking accountability of the situation?
She's responsible for the fact that she didn't leave, and ultimately, along with his stupidity, his being a savage and acting like an animal, she's responsible for also putting her son in a dangerous situation. She could have left. She had a choice to leave. And just as the men who were standing there who did nothing, there was people who were standing there watching this man do it. They did nothing. They had a chance to act too. She had a chance to leave. The people had a chance to act. And the dude had a chance to act like he had some goddamn sense. And ultimately, all these people, these adults, made a child the ultimate victim of this situation. Yeah. That's what really happened. Like, everyone wants to talk about, well, you know, look how the black woman is unprotected and this and that. And I got something else to add to that I'm going to hold. But the thing is, she had a choice.
Correct.
She didn't have to stay. That man's talking stupid. Why are you going back and forth? Because in that video, there's 2 back and forths.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. You can count them. He says something stupid. She replies. She didn't reply. You know, I give her credit. She didn't reply like she was trying to, you know, come at him. Her hands on her purse. Her posture is non-aggressive.
Right.
Because I'm watching all that. Her posture is non-aggressive. She's standing her ground, and he's being stupid. Then she says something. Then he says something. That's when she should have left. Or she should have left the first time when she seen him talking stupid. That in itself, then she did her job. Her job was not to text her son.
Facts.
Her job was to leave.
Facts. So, man, alright, so look. Man, bro, I really want to just go viral on some stupid shit, but bro, on some 100 shit, like, bro, both adults in the situation is wrong. You feel me? Like, bro, I get it, bro. It's really people that's out here, bro, having bad days, bro. There's really people out here, bro, that's having mental breaks. You feel me? As a woman, and I'm not a woman, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man, bro, but I know for a fact, unless you got some skill training, like some special force training, bro, you're not whooping me. You know what I'm saying? You might can out-scream me if I'm not a yeller. You know what I'm saying? You might can out-talk me if I don't talk. But when it comes down to being physical, there's nothing you can do with me. You feel me? And it's nothing any woman that can deal, you know what I'm saying, that's dealing with a man can do that. And you having a 14-year-old son, your son has to show you some type of something for you to feel comfortable to reach out to your son to grab a gun and to shoot somebody. Now, whether y'all done had training together, whether you done taught him how to do that, blah, blah, blah. Whether little bro's a gang member, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the fact, but you as a mother know that your son was capable of pulling that trigger. Because a lot of people, bruh, are not capable of becoming a killer, a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Knocking somebody down. Like, bruh, it's people that's trained to kill people freeze up. You know what I'm saying, bro? You got police officers, bro, that goes into a situation. They shoot unarmed people. They don't shoot armed people. Because, bro, they trying to go home. You feel me? You got military people, bro, that goes in these coups. Yeah, they might attack a village or a community that's not willing to fight back. But when they met with, you know what I'm saying, hostility, bro, they move a little bit differently. You feel me? So to say like, was she protected in that situation? Nah, she wasn't. But did she put herself to be protected in that situation? No, she did not. You feel me? Because I'm not advocating for the man that was doing the stupidity shit in that. I'm advocating for the child in this situation. You feel me, bro? Because the mother is getting all the headlines for this. But there's no advocacies that's talking about, well, we need to make sure that this child has, you know what I'm saying, is going through whatever, is decompressing, whatever he just went through. Because it's not about the mama. The mama could have walked away. The mama, as soon as you know, bro, my child is in the car. My child. The one thing that I have to protect, fuck myself. The one thing I have to protect is in the car. Or is within ear distance of what's going on. I got to make for sure that, bro, I don't put him in this situation. And we can live to fight another day. Or let me call my husband, if that was the case. Or let me call my boyfriend. Because now I'm calling another grown-ass man to deal with a grown-ass man. You're not calling a 14-year-old to deal with a 32 or 33-year-old. But even physicality does not match up, doesn't equate. You feel me? Because if this 14-year-old, hey man, get off my mama like that. Now that 32-year-old is going to beat the shit out of this little 14-year-old. Physically. So yeah, bro, she had to go get a gun. He had to go get a gun and do all that. But the fact that the mama knew that, oh bro, I got my gun in the car, so I'm going to keep talking to you. I'm a bad motherfucker. Because that's exactly what you show to a man that's supposed to protect you. You feel me? Now, are we supposed to be running around here just protecting every Joe Schmo woman? Nah, we're not supposed to. You want to know why? It's because when it's our turn to be protected as men, and another woman come and do some foul shit to us, the so-called black woman is not there, bro, to relinquish that situation. She's not there to be like, hey sis, this is my brother right here. I don't know this man's name. I don't got no ties to this man. Hey, but you not about to talk to him like that. We about to run up shop. So, you know what I'm saying? Protection has to come two folds. You feel me? In order for the so-called black woman to be protected, you know what I'm saying? She has to allow herself to be protected. But she also has to be in the nurturing mode to protect us as well. Because, bro, we are a community. Now, if I'm in that situation and I see cuz talking to sis like that, hey, cuz, you gotta calm that shit down, bro. You doing a little too much, family. And then the fact that you raise your hand, you feel me? Now, if this woman is provoking, which this video shows she wasn't provoking him, she was just talking. And that to me was too much for me. Because if my woman is in an altercation with another man, baby, what did you do? Oh, I kept talking. Why you didn't shut the fuck up? Because now, when you shut the fuck up, if he does what he does, then, bruh, we about to clean his shit. But if you talking, you agitating the situation. You feel me? Like if you got a scar on your arm or something, bruh, they tell you put Neosporin and a Band-Aid over it so you won't pick at the scab. Because, bro, all you gonna do is keep reopening the scab. But if, you know what I'm saying, if you cannot sit up here and just be like, hey, bro, I'm about to go back and forth with this man. Regardless if he was aggressive or not. You see this man is having a psychotic break. You see this man is not respond to how other men is responding in this situation, or fuck gender, how another human being is responding in this situation. And we're in a city where people are dying and getting killed for less. So you have to be, as a woman, you got to be way more responsible with your actions, especially when there's already a misnomer. And I'm saying that right now, it's a misnomer, bro, that brothers do not protect sisters. That is the furthest thing from the truth. You can go on social media right now and you can randomly select videos on when brothers just stood up for sisters and they didn't even know the goddamn sister. How many videos is it the other way around? Not too many.
I think that, outside of the incident or the situation between the mom and her attacker, my other issue is with the people standing there. I have a big issue with that. That's the same issue that allowed our brothers and sisters to be murdered by police.
Correct.
It's the exact same thing. And nobody is willing to do anything. You see a man.
We'll pull that phone now.
Yeah, you see a man talking reckless to a woman who he evidently doesn't even know. This ain't you walk up on a couple, right, who's going back and forth, and you be like, yo, I don't know what's going on there. You may question that. But you see a random dude in a closed off space talking reckless to a woman he don't know and says he's going to attack her. And all everyone has out is their phones. No man steps up. These are the reasons that sisters can use examples like this and say we're unprotected. Because no one did anything. She wasn't in an aggressive posture. She wasn't frailing her hands at him. It doesn't sound like she was, doing anything but defending the rhetoric that he was bringing. You don't hear her, calling him out his name, or, you don't hear any of that in the video. She's defending the rhetoric, but she's not being ultimately overly aggressive. So yeah, I believe she should supposed to walk away based on understanding the situation. So yes, you're supposed to walk away understanding the situation. The other people, especially the men who were there, in that situation, it's your job to stand up and be like, yo, you're not going to do shit to her. Matter of fact, say another word to her. That's your job. Mm-hmm. He don't know her. That's not his woman. That's not even in a situation that should give you pop. No. That's why the women can feel that way, and these type of situations validate it. My issue over the whole situation is that I've grown up in Kansas City, and I can remember about 7 out of 10 situations as I'm growing up with men fighting men or men getting killed had to do with a woman.
A lot of wars been started because of, you know what I'm saying? Because of
the
that.
Majority.
A lot. Like,
so,
shit.
When we say is the quote-unquote black woman the most unprotected, we must also add that she's the most out of order.
Correct.
On the planet right now.
Correct.
She's the most out of order on the planet. So we can't just keep looking at, brothers aren't protected. Well, you're also not listening. Because there's a lot of uncles, brothers, cousins, nephews, fathers, granddads, great-granddads that be like, yo, you don't need to be out past 9 o'clock. Why is your clothes so tight? Why you keep running down to that club? That dude ain't no good. If he puts his hands on you, tell me. And guess what they do?
They just leave you alone. They curve you.
Then you come back around and you say, well, you didn't protect me, or no, I did protect you. I protected you when I told you don't do this, because this is what this causes. Now what you're doing is you're telling me that I'm supposed to put my life in jeopardy after you didn't listen. After you didn't listen.
Yeah.
And that is
That's crazy.
the vast majority of what we see today. We don't just see this this effect without a cause.
Facts.
Right? You're not listening in most of the cases.
Correct.
You look at TV, you know, and all you see is a bunch of out of order women. They're projecting it, and then the young girls are biting into it. The young men are biting into it, and they're taking it. You see the Essence Festival over the weekend. I was just looking at a clip from the Essence Festival. Now the Essence Festival got little girls up there twerking. Now I done been to the Essence Festival. That ain't nothing like that.
Let me interject. Let me interject.
Yeah.
Because I fully understand where we at, what we talking about with black women being out of order. But if we're gonna talk about black women in general being out of order, we gotta talk about how they get out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Because every black woman is a product of some man.
And
Some
wow.
father.
And
You know
what?
what I'm saying? Some father.
Please explain that, because
Some father.
it takes two to make a child.
It takes two to make a child, and it takes two to raise the child.
Yeah, but it only takes one to fuck it up in our society.
Wait a minute. Let me. I sat and I listened. Hold on a minute. When you got a child, I don't care who the man is. I don't care how bad the relationship is with the mother. I don't care what's going on. It's still part of your responsibility to be in that child's life. I'm speaking from experience because I went through that with my oldest son's mother. But I fought tooth and nail to be a part of my son's life. She used to feed him lies about this, that, and the third. But to this day, I can call my son right now and put him on speaker, and he would tell you, if it wasn't for the fact of me fighting through all that bull, then me and him wouldn't have the relationship we have. And we like the best of friends. He's closer to me than her, even though she was trying to manipulate him in his mind his whole life. And for a period of time, she had him when he was young. But I stayed the course and dealt with a lot of bull. Spent a lot of time in jail, going in and out, child support, all that craziness, arrears and all that. But I fought to be in my child's life. Many times I was in South Carolina.
So can I ask you a question real quick? Is it... Okay, let me ask this right.
Wait,
so,
let me finish.
before you go on to the next science, because what you saying, bro, and I'm not saying it because we just having a conversation. We saying it because, bro, it's gonna be people in the comment section, bro, that gonna be like, hold on, cuz you had to fight to be a father? You had to fight. So that's what I'm saying, like...
But let me get to the point.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, depending on the woman, yeah, you're gonna have to fight.
So you should have to fight to be a father.
What other choice do I have? Either fight to be a father or walk away from my child.
Okay, but
I'm not walking away from my child.
Okay, but is it really your fight to have to fight to be a father when that is your right to be a father?
It was that lady's right to stand in there and have a conversation with a dude that swung on her. It was her right, her American right to stand there and speak back in defense of herself. Y'all saying she should have just walked away. How many people will walk away when somebody she wasn't like you stated, she's not, but wait, not everybody. This is what I'm saying.
But you put
so
yourself in these
we
positions.
can't make it, but we can't overlook the fact that she's in the heat of the moment. We looking at the video. At the video, I can sit here and analyze the video. I can play it back. I listen deeply to hear the conversation, the actual conversation that was going on, because I had to go through a couple of different news things to get different perspectives of it, because not everybody's going to give you all the details. I'm kind of saying, well, what were they arguing about? This is the first thing that came to my mind. What was it? What got this brother that upset that he would swing on a woman he don't even know? I mean, dead in her face. And then on top of it, him being that type, and like I said, when they brought up his record and the type of dude he is, that let me know everything I need to know about him. But we say she should have just walked away. It's not that easy to walk away. When we're watching a video and we thinking about it, how many times we got into something and later on thought like, man, I shouldn't have. But emotions, you know what I'm saying? Emotions, we in the heat of the moment. So I wouldn't take that very easy, like what, 30 seconds or less of video on saying that she's one of those women that's out of control. She did not look like I've seen and dealt with and been in relationships with women that are out of control.
Correct.
That woman was not out of control. She was not aggressive. She maybe didn't read the situation.
So I think, bro, we're just gonna have to use this one, and then you're just gonna have to give me that audio.
One thing I hate about these damn cameras, bro. Memory card full. Damn. Alright,
Let's do it off the one camera. So we got the audio, so.
alright, it's good. Alright. Damn, shit. Alright, so what was the last thing? Oh, custodial parent. So, edit it. I had it. It don't matter. So, going back to what we were saying, bro. If the I'm not fucking with my mama if I felt like, bro, I'm not fucking with no parent. I feel like you did hella JCash shit in order for me not to, you know what I'm saying, to hinder me. Because, bro, ultimately, bro, it's not too many fathers that will put obstacles in the way for the mother not to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Even us as society, we wouldn't even respect or hold value to that man as a father if he did the same thing that the mother does to the father. I.e., you go down to the, you go down and be like, bro, I'm the custodial parent. How is that? You don't have no rights to the child than I do. But the courts will rule in the favor of, especially California. They will rule in the favor of the mother, and it can be, you can have all your ducks in a row, and all this bitch did was lie. He hit me. What the fuck, dog? There's no evidence I hit you. You ever called the police? No. But on this day, he did. So why you didn't call the police? I was scared. But man, you've been in the house with this man for a whole 2 years. You talking about you was scared on, you know what I'm saying, December 24th? That's when you was scared? But now it's goddamn 2 years later, and you know what I'm saying, in January, and now this child is talking
about a specific case.
No, that's not a specific case, but that's for mass majority of men that has to go through and fight for their custody.
What about the other mass majority that just don't even care about their kids?
Okay, but we're not talking about them. But these are not, because as fathers, we excluding them. Just like, you know what I'm saying, from fathers, you know what I'm saying, like just for men that beat on women. We not saying, bro, we don't beat on women over here. Now you can't be saying, oh, okay, but there is men that do it, bro. Okay, we don't, bro. That's some hoe shit. We don't condone that shit. Just like we don't condone fathers that's not trying to be there for their child. But the same smoke has to apply. Because, bro, if you consider a man to be a deadbeat for him not wanting to be in that child's life, then that woman should be a fucking deadbeat because she has done everything to keep that child away from that father. And she needs to be condemned. But just as equal.
We still got to talk about the law.
Okay,
we can talk about
let me go into that then. So here's the thing. We can either talk exception or we can talk rule. Mm-hmm. The rule is that in almost every state in the union, the woman is given custodial parentship.
Off that.
Period. In order to sway that, the rule is by law that the man it's got to be almost like he's 3 times better. Literally. So that's why most women end up with it. It ain't because they better. A woman could be broke and homeless, and a man could be having a great job, and she will still have the benefit of the doubt in law. That's the rule, right? The exception is that you have a judge or magistrate who has some common sense, and it's like, nah. I have a cousin right now, like this is going on right now, who has made over 6 figures. Stable home, been in the same home for the last 10 years, is married, is taking care of children. He has twins, and the woman became a crackhead. This is going on right now. So I'm speaking right now. Mm-hmm. Woman turns out ends up being a crackhead. Gives the children up to someone to take care of the children. That ain't the mother. She just gives the children to somebody and she disappears. He goes to fight for his children. The woman says, oh, he abused the children last time they was there, convinces the children to say he did it so he can't see his children. This ain't even their mother. But because a woman says it, and now he has to pay that woman child support. Like, we can't keep making this stuff make sense, right? There's this, in my situation, because I don't mind talking about me. I went through a situation where I'm going through a divorce. My daughter's mom decides when I leave the house that, oh, I don't want her to come with you. So I don't see my daughter for 3 months up until we go to court. No one will intervene because up until this, the court, there's like, the police like, oh, we can't intervene.
Nothing.
There's no, because custodial parentship isn't actually situated until court. So there is no custodial parent, there is no law. So the police can't even intervene if she's stopping you from doing it. They can't intervene.
But that
Right?
they usually
But here's the problem. But no, but
they
but
use that
this
against
becomes
you.
the problem.
That
When we're
that
talking
hurts
about
you.
how this goes, because the mother does that, and there's a great number, I'm not going to say majority, there's a great number of women who do this. If you haven't, especially if it's a newborn under 1 year old, if you haven't seen the child for 4 months plus, then they'll say, oh, well, the child really doesn't know you as well, so we need to reintegrate and reintroduce you. So now as a father, she's kept you from your child.
Supervised visitation.
Now you got to go through supervised visitation to do it, right? And all because she decided, and the law settles with her, that because you've done this, the child's been with you, now we're going to cause more hardship. That's the law. Then on top of that, when we go to court, see my child's mother then says, oh, he abused her.
No evidence.
None. No marks, no police report, no nothing. The judge then says, oh, well, you would have to now because of that one remark, you would have to now have supervised visitation. And so, or you can see your child at someone's house, but it has to be supervised. I'm new to the area. I don't know nobody. I just had moved to this area. I know nobody. Literally. So that means I can't see my child for some more months because of the next court date. The court date happens. The mediator, psychologist, asked her, well, what are you talking about? Were you saying that, he abused her, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, she was about to stick something in the cord and he hit her hand. The psychologist was like, what? That's what stopped me from seeing my child. I didn't see my child for 6 months. So then when we go back, but she's custodial now because my child hasn't seen me in 6 months. Those are facts that anyone can look up the case and see that written out. It wasn't for anything. I didn't do nothing. I just didn't want to be with her. So now you have child support because she's a custodial because she done all this shit. Now she's custodial, so now she gets child support because now you can't get 50-50 because the child's under 1. We got to reintroduce you. So no, I'm not going to sit here and act like no. And the truth is, statistically, the rule is that people, melanated men, so-called black men, African men, people of Moorish descent, are literally the most in fathers. How would I say it? The fathers who are most inclusive in their children's life. So this whole stigma is just, this narrative is completely false. Even when we don't want to be with her, we're still going back to our children. I applaud you for being willing to fight. I'm not fighting.
I'm not fighting either.
I'm not doing it because I don't have the emotional capacity to.
Me neither.
I just don't have, hold on. Understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not that rational thinker where once you get me to a certain point, I can't promise that everybody's going to wake up. That's how I am. Allegedly. And I know that. So I'm like, no, I'm not. After waking up, going to my room and breaking down, crying and going through everything I went through, I'm like, hold on. I'm not about to keep doing this with you. I literally was having to pick up my child with the police. These are true stories. I'm literally having to go to the police station to do a drop-off and a pickup. I'm not doing that. I'm not volunteering 18 years to do that because you're upset. And when you don't, and here's the thing, most men who go through it would stick it out if the court system held the woman accountable. But they don't. Now we're starting to see more changes in this narrative because more men are saying, I'm tired of this shit. Up until the last 10 years, there was no change in the narrative. But because men are starting to speak out and be like, I'm not going to keep doing that, the courts are having to bend.
Not to cut off your science, but I'm also starting to think, man, I ain't trying to make this no racial thing, you feel me? But bro, it's just what it is though. And it's just what it is. I ain't gonna say what I was about to say. But you know what I'm saying? Bro, the reason why I truly believe that it's starting to become, you know what I'm saying, like I think it's Illinois. It's one of them goddamn states with an I or something that, you know what I'm saying, when a child is born, bro, both parents get 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's starting to do that.
But that's crazy.
And it's because
like that's retarded.
Caucasian men, get what I'm saying? Caucasian men are starting to knock down and kill their baby mamas in an alarming rate.
Like what?
I'm talking about, bro. And
the fact that there has to be a law.
We gonna get off topic if you go there.
No. It's not off topic.
We already off topic.
No, because, bro, we're talking about is the so-called black woman the most unprotected being? You feel me? So you cannot be protected.
But before we now we're going back to the women. But just now we were talking about the child. This is my point in everything that I've said.
But this child and man,
but listen to what I'm saying. All that 90% of what you went through, I went through. The hiding of my son, not being able to see him. She stole him from me. She actually came and pretty much kidnapped my child.
All of
it. But we
parental kidnapping.
Without getting into all the detail of that. At the end of all, you move all that out the way. You move all the smoke out the way. At the end of the day, who is affected? Just like what you were saying with this incident, with this video.
It's affecting the man and the child.
It's affecting the child.
No, the man and the child.
It's affecting the child the most.
So you don't feel like you wasn't affected by it?
Yeah, I was affected.
You don't feel like that.
But listen. I'm a man. When we get to a certain age, just like you said, I am going to invest that kind of time. We've already got a sense of who we are, and yeah, we hurt just like any other human. We hurt. Yeah. But how we process and handle things is not like how our children are able to process and handle things. At the end of the day, regardless, I chose to fight, not for no pat on the back. I teach my children, you don't get a pat on the back for doing what you're supposed to do. You're not getting a pat on the back for cleaning your room, brushing your teeth.
What you felt you
what you're supposed to do. You're not gonna get a pat on the back. I don't want that. My thing was, I stayed in the fight for my child. Regardless of the lies she told, the manipulation, all the things, and the things I had to teach him through all of that. Because at the same time, I'm teaching him how to be a man. My absence is teaching him nothing. Okay. And it gives him the illusion that I don't care. It'll give him the illusion. And this way, if I'm...
All right.